What's good everyone? Quick conversational style video from me about the new massive patch that just dropped, patch version 3.00.02. The entire cast has been nerfed very heavily with a focus on heat moves. So heat dash combos have been removed for a lot of moves. Heat exclusive moves have been nerfed. Heat consumption has been increased. Azucena is no exception to this, receiving some massive nerfs to some of her stuff. I do want to stress though that these nerfs are needed, Azucena included. Everybody needs to be nerfed. Everybody is super duper strong right now, and dialing the game back like this is a good thing. So please keep that in mind when I show off some of these changes, because most people have been hit hard. I can understand if you're frustrated, but please remember, it's for the best of the game, and as long as everyone comes down to a fair level, it's absolutely fantastic. It's fantastic anyway. We need these nerfs. So, first one I wanted to cover. Back 2 forward with heat used to be a launcher. When you hit it, it is now only a free follow-up. Lib 1+2 seems to be the play. And this also applies to any of the other strings that end in the same move. Back 1-1-2 forward with heat, same thing, as well as Lib 1-2 forward. Anything that ends with that move no longer launches, it's just a free follow-up. Is this a big change? Yes. Is it that important? In my opinion, no. The most oppressive feature of this move, in my opinion, is the on-block situation. You know, having it hit and getting a combo is nice, but it is still +7 into Libertador, and it's still very good. So, move's still fantastic, you just don't get the big payout when it hits. Next change I wanted to cover. Lib down 3+4, the heat exclusive move. Also, knocks on the ground for a free follow-up. This used to be a launcher. Follow-up this time, forward 3 seems to be the play. It also consumes more heat. Half a second more heat timer is consumed when you use it. Pretty negligible, but it's a factor. But once again, this move on block is still really good. It's still +4. So, is this move still good? Yes, because it's still oppressive on block. But the two biggest changes are right at the end, and I'll save the biggest one for last in my opinion. They are nerfs to heat dash combos. So, first one, Libertador 2. No longer a heat dash launcher, right? Only a grounded follow-up like the backswing blow for 40 damage total here. This is a massive change because Lib 2 is basically impossible to step in all the plus frame situations. So if your opponent got clipped by it, you would get a full combo. It's still good because it's a heat dash, so it's still +5 on block, which is still good, but pretty big change, right? Having the launch off this was fantastic, but you still get a healthy amount of damage, right? 40 damage is still a lot. The biggest change though, heat dash combo has been removed for forward 4-4. Now this one really hurts in my opinion, but that's a good thing, but it really, really hurts. 56 damage is still a ton for catching someone sidestepping this homing tool, right? But that is not where the nerf shines in my opinion, or doesn't shine in this case. It's that getting hit by the second hit was quite scary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my opponent with the heat, and I've just recorded them doing the move, right? I'll also record the cancel, because as a memory jogger, with this move, you throw out forward 4-4, and when the move connects, you leave it, but when your opponent blocks, you try to cancel into one of her cancels like this. Now, I've made a video on forward 4-4 in the past. I'll link it in the description if you want to check it out. But one key takeaway from it is that if you think they're going to cancel, you can contest this move. You can also step it. Like, the cancels are steppable. The cancel attacks are steppable, and all the cancels, including the back turn cancel, are challengeable. The threat was, though, that if you tried to move, you'd get hit by this move. Or if you tried to challenge with most of your toolkit as well gets hit. The problem is now, it's not scary in the open, because there's no heat dash launcher anymore. So it used to be, if you got hit by this in the open, and you committed to that risk, well, you were losing almost like so much of your life bar, even if it was a big commitment for the Azucena. But now, in the open stage, the risk reward for throwing this move on block, like committing to the high, even if they block the first hit, is so skewed in the opponent's favor. The only time it's truly scary now is at the wall, right? It's still a wall splat, so it's actually scary. So is this move still scary at the wall? Yes, but even that mind game at the wall is still really risky. But in the open now, it is so defender favored, and this is a massive change because one of Azucena's biggest weaknesses, if not her biggest weakness, especially compared to other characters in this game, is her neutral tracking. The neutral tracking is not good, but forward 4-4, this move really helped tie everything together, and having that launcher with heat really actually made it scary to step against her. But now that threat is so much less. Massive change, but it's a good change. We need nerfs, and characters should have weaknesses, and we should make their weaknesses more weaker. So I think this is a great thing, but just keep that in mind. But with that, I'm going to leave it there. Those are all the changes. There's not that many moves that have been changed, but what has changed is absolutely huge. So let me know what you think down in the comments below, and if there's anything you were interested in talking about, more than happy to talk about it. But for now, I'm going to leave it right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.